What's up, guys? Welcome back to review, and we finally got the She Hulk episode that we've been anticipating for, and that is episode 8 of She Hulk, where we finally got Matt Murdock, the Daredevil, in this episode. And plus, now with this episode, I thought it was really amazing and had one of the best action scenes, and plus, even the Daredevil and She Hulk for fighting, and with that ending, that totally sets up of how it sets up the finale, and how the show will come to an end as we head near the finale, and how it sets up for like multiple Hulks to come in, especially for the finale as well. So in this video, this will be a full breakdown of She-Hulk episode 8, go over everything that I might miss, all of the Easter eggs and everything, and going over the ending as well. But if you have not seen the episode for She-Hulk episode 8, this is going to be your spoiler warning, so click on this video now and come back to this video after seeing the episode. But if you're new here and you don't stop this, so be sure to subscribe with the notification bell so please don't revisit this in the future. So let's get into it. And so with this episode, it starts with Jennifer like dealing with a client who is a leapfrog. We see him try to take down a couple of robbers, and then we see him try to take off, and especially after with him taking down a couple of robbers, and then he lands, and then his suit immediately malfunctions, and lights is like on fire. That's why we see the cast, and now even with a leapfrog, he puts the blame on Luke Jacobson, who made his suit, which malfunctions, which we saw him back, and that was surviving. That's where we saw the tease for the double helmet, and now even with Luke Jacobson now having to deal with this in court. And now, it's especially as they're in court, with the Luke Jacobson's lawyer, it is officially Matt Murdock coming into court. And now, even with the Matt Murdock being Luke Jacobson's lawyer, and now, especially as we see him and like to defend Mr. Jacobson, and now, especially with what he does is that like he named drops the Sokovia Accords, which it was a name drop, and plus it's a reference to Captain America Civil War, and which he mentions on how superheroes that have enemies that will go after them, and with he even mentions with Jennifer's identity, who chose to be public, that is of She Hulk, and now this especially as it calls out to Mr. Jacobson making like suits exclusively for superheroes, which it definitely did for Leapfrog, which it did definitely malfunctions, and then it ends with Mr. Jacobson definitely winning the case. And now, especially as we Matt and Jennifer together, and with the Matt like mentioning these words to Jennifer on how Walters could kill people when society fails them, and that She could kill people when the law fails them, and which with the Murdock is making a point to Jennifer that she's in a position to do some real good, even though like she is preferred to be just called Jen, and plus even with like Jennifer Walters having two different identities, especially as Jennifer Walters and She Hulk, and plus she has like multiple identities, and next we see Jennifer with Todd, and now it's especially with a Todd that won a Wakanda war spear, which is definitely from Wakanda, and then he just said the words of Wakanda for forever, and plus which like this is like probably like Wakanda, and which with that spear is definitely from Wakanda. And now, even with the Todd, he mentions that how he started abroad in Wakanda, and now it also mentions with that spear that with the stuff that as from Wakanda, it was only by colonizers, especially in Black Panther, Wakanda forever, as we're about to huge stuff about to go down, even with the war that's about to happen, especially in Wakanda. And then we see the most epic fight scene, and that's between She Hulk versus Daredevil, and which She-Hulk thinks as she's helping her client leave up for being attacked, and then we see She-Hulk fighting Daredevil, and then the next thing that I would see is She-Hulk doing her thunder clap on Daredevil, and which we saw her do back in the first episode, which she did on Smart Hulk, and then which we see Jennifer and Daredevil talking, and in which when Jennifer asks if he is like a superhero, and with the Matt Murdock replying that he is Daredevil, and then we hear that the Daredevil and Netflix Steam and it's like kicking and making it seem like getting out to the MCU. Of course, this with Daredevil Born Again, and then right behind Daredevil we see a poster for Rogers the Musical. That is what we saw in the Hawkeye series. And now the purpose of this for Daredevil is because with the leapfrog he took a Luke Dickinson hostage, and that's why we're gonna see the Daredevil and She-Hulk like fighting some goons and to save a Luke Dickinson, especially from a leapfrog, of course, who is holding him hostage. And then we see this moment where Jennifer and Daredevil are together, and they'll be playing their attack against the goons. And with the Daredevil mentioned that there are 25 goons in the building, that he can feel the heartbeats. With the Jennifer that she does not believe him, and then she leans it a bit closer, and then we see two almost kiss, and then we see the most epic fight scene, and that is with the Daredevil fighting the goons in an epic hallway fight scene. And I think this is something that we've seen in the Daredevil show with the Daredevil just fighting some goons in the hallway. And then we see She-Hulk and Daredevil fighting Leapfrog's goons, and then we see Leapfrog try to make a break for it, and then escaping, saying rip it and rip it, and then he like literally falls down because he can't access his jet fuel, literally ripping his legs, and then we see like Jennifer and Daredevil together, and that which they started like flirting and talking, and then we see them literally making love, and literally making out, which is something that I think we've all been waiting for, especially with Jennifer and Matt Murdock being lawyers and then making out. And I think this is definitely a foreshadowing the ending of which I'll get that in a bit. And now, with the ending to this episode is that we see Jennifer getting ready for a Met Gala event because she is Female Lawyer of the Year, and then she mentions on how the next episode is the finale, which clearly it is, and then she literally references and name drops Red Hulk, which is a setup for the Thunderbolts, and which if there's another Hulk coming, and this Hulk is red because it is a Red Hulk, which is literally a setup for a Thunderbolt Ross to come in, especially for the Thunderbolt setup, and then we see like another reference to a Wolverine, in which we see Nikki hold up the makeup brushes as if it were Wolverine's claws, and then we see Jennifer at her gala event because she is She-Hulk because she is Female Lawyer of the Year, and then as we see her on stage accepting her award and holding him, we see someone from the Intelligencia literally crushing the gala, and even with the whole king crashing on the gala, and even it exposing She-Hulk to everyone, exposing her powers, and saying that she doesn't deserve her powers, and that actually she got them from the Hulk, because basically with the Jennifer, that's how she became She-Hulk, by getting like a Bruce's blood and making her She-Hulk. And now I think this is definitely the leader behind Intelligencia, which is in the leader's plan like all along, just to steal She-Hulk's blood, and which then it means that they'll probably be bringing like a bigger Hulk, which is definitely Red Hulk. And literally exposing She-Hulk to the public, and even showing the recording at the time she made out with Josh, and with Josh recording everything. And plus, even as I still think that Josh is definitely behind the Intelligencia, and even with someone behind that mask, and then we see She-Hulk literally like going out of control, literally smashing everything, and even exposing her powers, and even with a red smoke, which is definitely a setup for Red Hulk to come in. And now even especially with the She-Hulk, and then now becoming angry, and with a couple of soldiers with a bunch of weapons about to take her down. And I think this is definitely a set up, especially for Bruce, especially for Hulk to be coming in, and this is definitely a setup for the finale. And yeah, with the She Hulk episode 8, I think this is truly by far the best episode in the series, especially as it's seeing like Matt Murdock, Daredevil again, even with the Daredevil and She Hulk fighting together. I think this is truly by far my favorite episode in the series by far, and I love how it sets up the finale, and even when this is obviously a setup for Daredevil Born Again, where we'll see Matt Murdock and Daredevil next, and now even now with who is playing in Intelligencia and who is after She Hulk's blood, which I think it could be the leader could come in and possibly and even setting up Captain America New World Order, and now even like without the series will come to an end, I think we're for a heck of a treat, especially for the finale, and even with the Bruce Banner and Hulk coming in, and which we haven't seen them for like a while. I think this is that we set up for them to come in, which I totally think the leader is definitely behind Intelligencia, and which with Josh and Tom they'll be a part of it, and yeah, so yeah, I can't wait for the finale. I can't wait to see how the series will come to an end. So that's me for this video. Live thoughts in the comments below. What your thoughts on She Hulk episode 8 with the Daredevil officially back, with the Daredevil and She Hulk fighting together, and give me a rating between 1 out of 10. So don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to notifications about future videos, and for live updates, you always follow me on Twitter. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.